stick on the badge on for the day. Lord Jesus. Let me make sure my phone is off. Alright, I am ready, ma'am. Alright, so we have our last and final panel discussion for the year. We're talking about National Hunger and Homeless Awareness Week, which is next week, November the 16th through November the 24th of 2019. And National Hunger and Homeless and Awareness Week is an annual program that brings people together to raise awareness for the problems of hunger and homeless through education, service, fundraising, and advocacy. So we wanted to have Ms. MJ come on and explain, how she educates, she provides service, she does a lot of fundraising, and she's definitely an advocate for individuals and families that are dealing with hunger or homelessness. And so again, we welcome everyone to be part of this panel discussion. We thank you for viewing and tuning in with us tonight. It's our last panel discussion for 2019. We've had a series, a mini LGBTQ series. We've talked about domestic violence, bullying. We've talked about a lot this year, so we are very proud of where we've come as a team for Mask Off Panel, and I thank you for our supporters and our friends and families just helping be part of this much needed movement. And we appreciate our resources, such as Ms. MJ and all of our resources out there that allow us to continue to have a platform and to bring people together. So just for people who are not aware, we've been saying it, we're going to continue to say it, our purpose for Mask Off Panel and our why and who we are. Mask Off Panel is a non-judgmental platform for people to discuss all concerns regarding mental and emotional health. Why do we do what we do? It's time to do something about mental health, emotional health problems, and not just talk about them. We are the glue that connect people to the right resources and to begin their journey towards a healthy mental and emotional lifestyle. So a lot of people want to know what we do, why we do it, and how we do it. But please check out our website, on Facebook, all social media platforms, and it will definitely educate you. And thank you so much for our Mask Off Panels team. So I'm going to introduce Ms. MJ. Here she's the CEO and founder of Pay It Forward Project. I love your mission. Be a blessing to others. We are blessed, so we have to bless others. You also have the Sharon Rose Project. You have MJ's Closet. And you have a lot of projects, which I love. And you do a lot for your home state, St. Louis people. You give back, and you have your own family you take care of. Plus you have, St. Louis people that can't make it home for Thanksgiving or Christmas. You always host something, so I'll let you tell us more about that. But basically all of your projects, you assist individuals and families in crisis that might be transitioning by providing clothing, school uniforms, shoes, household goods, furniture, whatever the need is. I saw on your page where you had a family that lost everything to a fire, so you were collecting the items for that, which is a great cause. Sorry that happened, but it was a great cause that you were able to rally people together, as well as people just call you and say, hey, can you be of service to me? Yes. I'm going through this trying time, which we know that affects people emotionally and mentally. When you're doing bad, you're not healthy mentally and emotionally. And then you lost your house, you transitioned out of domestic violence relationship. Mm-hmm. And so can you please explain to us about all of your projects and give us a little bit about each one of them and how they all correlate and tie into one?
Yes, so our nonprofit is called Pay It Forward Projects, and under that umbrella we have 4, almost 5 programs that we run. The first program is called Tiffany's Heart, which is our homeless outreach program. And that is a program where we go out and we provide services to the homeless and indigent community in Tarrant County and Dallas County. Okay. We provide warm meals, blankets, clothes, shoes, whether it be for the summertime, the wintertime. We work on a quarterly basis, so we usually run through October to April of each year, which is considered our winter season. And during that time, we go out, we provide warm meals, shoes, clothes, blankets, things of that nature. We also kind of take an assessment of what's going on in the community. A lot of the homeless communities are set up in camps, and they move from place to place depending on police and law enforcement and where they're allowed to be at. So a lot of times it consists of just going out and canvassing the area to see where the people are, and then just getting out there, introducing ourselves, and just letting them know we're here to be a help, and just asking them that golden question, how can I help? You know, because it's one thing to just go out and provide meals or to provide a blanket here or there, but there's so many people in different situations, you know, that could use some assistance. So being able to go out and find out, how can we actually help them? How can we help you get out of this situation? Because it's one thing to feed them, and it's one thing to offer them a helping hand to change their situation. So we try to do both of that with Tiffany's Heart. Tiffany's Heart was started, or the name was given, because where I come from, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. And I'm a preacher's kid. And growing up, my father had a very good friend that we often fellowship with, and he had children around the same ages we were, and grandchildren. And one of his granddaughters, I just absolutely loved her. She was a younger kid. But, you know, due to different circumstances in life and mental health issues, which unfortunately a lot of people in the African American community are afraid to seek help for until it's too late. She ended up in that situation and was paranoid schizophrenic, ended up leaving home and living on the streets and being helpless. And a lot of times she would come to my parents' church, because that was still a safe haven for her. So she would come for assistance and things like that. And it just reminded me that we are all one situation away from being in that situation. Regardless of our background. We're one paycheck away, you know, one bill away, one recession away, you know,
that's true.
one vote away, depending on who you're voting for. You know, so we all have to stay grounded. So I chose to name our homeless outreach program after Tiffany, because it keeps me grounded and it lets me know that, but by the grace of God, I could be in that same situation. And I believe that we are blessed to be a blessing to others. And so that is the foundation of Pay It Forward projects. You know, that God blesses us to continue to live this life, to continue to raise our families and do what we need to do. And we should use that as an opportunity to bless someone else that's in need. So that's how we got started with Tiffany's Heart. And after that, Tiffany's Heart kind of grew into some other projects. We started by accident. You know, like you said, I usually will host a dinner for people that I know from St. Louis and aren't able to go home for the holidays. And we cooked so much food. You know, it wasn't until the end of the night we realized I never took the turkey out the oven, you know, and it was just my husband and I at home, and we weren't going to eat it. So a friend of mine, my good brother, said, you know what, let's make some bags and go, you know, provide meals for the homeless community in Dallas. So everybody kind of came back that next day. We shred that turkey as much as we could. We were able to provide 75 bag lunches, and I like to say on accident, you know, but what we got from that was such a feeling of fulfillment, being able to bless somebody else, you know, especially during the holiday season. So we plan to keep doing that going forward, and we did that following year. We went out to Fort Worth, and when we went out to Fort Worth, we were just going out to provide meals, but it was so cold outside. And we saw so many people that just had on hospital gowns or no shirts or thin jackets or just sleeping on the ground. And it was cold. It was cold for us. And we were bundled up, you know. And so we just everyone just kind of went on Facebook Live and started reaching out. And they were like, hey, we're out here providing food, but that's just the crumb of what they need, you know. And we got such an overwhelming response. I ended up picking up clothes from all over the city, people dropping off clothes. And so we separated those things to be able to take them back out to the homeless community.
Awesome.
So we got such an outpour that we were able to provide clothing and blankets for the full winter to that community.
That's awesome.
And so that became an aspect of Tiffany's heart as well, being able to provide warm food and clothing and coats and things of that nature. And the things that we got so many things that were not just brush off stuff. We got donations of suits, clothes, school uniforms, things of that nature. And I'm like, well, I just wanted stuff for the homeless community. What am I going to do with this? And that opened the door for our next project. And that is our MJ's Closet. And MJ's Closet takes in everything. We take in furniture, we take in household goods, clothes, things of that nature. And we funnel them out through our Tiffany's Heart program and also through our program called Sharon's Rose. And Sharon's Rose is a program that was named after my sister. My sister was a single mom of 3, and I saw her struggles, and one thing that she lacked in St. Louis during that time was resources. But living here in Texas, I found that there are so many resources for single parents, and a lot of times you run into situations where people don't know how to look for those resources. So with Sharon's Rose, we gather those various resources. We partner with different organizations to see how can we help. That's our golden question with Pay It Forward projects. How can we help? How can we help other organizations? How can you help us so that ultimately we can help those in need in the community? So that's what we do through Sharon's Rose. We're able to provide food, food. We're able to provide household goods. We're able to provide furniture and referrals to single parents. And then sometimes you got full family households that still need assistance with husbands and wives. So we offer assistance to families, period. Families that have a need. And that's been a great blessing because we receive a lot of donations of furniture and things like that, and we're able to turn around and funnel those things back out into the community to those who have a need. Recently, we were able to, one young lady referred us to, she needed clothes. But when I sat down and talked to her and I said, okay, what else do you need? And she told me what else she needed, and she mentioned she needed a washer and dryer. Well, I had just got a washer and dryer 2 days ago that was donated. So we are able to turn around and get those things back out to the community pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. So we're always accepting donations of whatever. We'll come get it. My husband told me it's time for me to get me some staff. Between the two of us, we'll take the seats out of our van and load up the car and make it happen. We go at it. So but anything we can do to bless the community, because ultimately when we bless the community, we're blessed. Absolutely. In return, if nothing else but the gratitude and the satisfaction of being able to know you helped someone in need is rewarding. Absolutely rewarding. So one of the new projects that we're taking on now, which will also partner with MJ's Closet, is our career initiative. You have young people that are graduating from high school, graduating from college, or trying to just turn their lives around and get a decent job. Well, they can come to us and they can get an outfit to interview in. And I like that. If they receive the job, they can bring us a copy of their acceptance letter, and we will try our best to provide them with a wardrobe for at least 7 days or more, to help them get started, have something to kind of gradually build up to. So we accept everything, and everything that we take in, we send it right back out. And we offer these services to the community free of charge. That's awesome. Free of charge. Free of charge. Y'all hear that? Free of charge. Yes.
Let me give a couple facts real quick, and then we'll continue on with everything that you're doing. According to hhweek.org, which is a hunger and awarenessweek.org, more than 42 to 49 million Americans are at risk for suffering from hunger or homeless. Nearly 1 in 5 children lives in poverty. 3.5 million people end up sleeping in parks, as we know here in Texas, under bridges, shelters, or in cars. Tonight is going to be in the 20s. They did open up an emergency shelter service, which thank you, Tarrant County, Dallas County, for opening up those emergency shelters for the homeless. I think they said they took over 307 people at the convention center.
They did. 307 people agreed to receive assistance, and that's the key word, agreed.
Right.
Agreed to receive assistance and seek shelter at the convention center, which is an awesome thing. But that 307 people is merely a drop in the bucket in Dallas.
And yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It is. But we were glad that people are benefiting and seeing, hey, the need, the emergency need right now, because we never know what the temperature here is in Texas.
Never know.
It was sunny. We had a wonderful day on Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday night and today it was 30s and 20s. You're like, what happened?
And it caught us off guard.
It did.
And the thing is, Monday, like I was telling my daughter, Monday I took her to school. It was about 60 degrees Monday morning. And by 10 o'clock, the temperature had plummeted. So it caught all of us off guard, even though the news told us that. But
we weren't expecting it.
We weren't expecting it. So imagine what the homeless community was facing on Monday.
And I was glad that we were doing this panel discussion for about this topic, because it is a very broad topic. But it still needs a lot of work. And one thing the news said, and I wrote it down, it says resources are needed to help build relationships for hunger and homeless individuals. They need the resources, such as yourself, to help people get off the street, get a plan in action. And I love the fact that, for example, we did have someone reach out to us. They Googled or dial 211, and our Mask Off panel popped up, and that's the emergency line here in Texas for those that don't know. And so they were able to get in contact with us. We were able to get in contact, provide you as a resource, MJ Closet, and say, hey, this young lady and her children need something. They need clothes, winter clothes. They need furniture. They need something, and we were able to get them in contact with you. And you sat down and met with the young lady and were able to see, hey, that she needed more than just clothes. She needed a washing machine and dryer, and help her get a plan together. So I think that's very good and crucial, is that you're not just providing a service, but you're helping them actually get their life back on track. Like, hey, we know that you temporarily need this, but what do you need in the long run? You know, like it's a relationship. You're building their relationships with individuals and families. It's not a one-stop shop. Like you come, you get what you need, and then we don't see you anymore. You're following up. I know I followed up with her a few times. Hey, she's like, yeah, I was meeting with MJ Thursday. So I think with different organizations doing their part and coming together as a community and what we're supposed to do and being of service to one another, we were able to, I'm sure we didn't get her everything she needed, but we were able to give her a start. Yes. And I think that's the key word, is we're giving people a start, a foundation. So now she can wash her clothes. She has clothes to wash. Now she can wash clothes. She has a place to stay. And sometimes, life takes people different directions. Like I said, we one paycheck. Some of us one paycheck away from being homeless. So I think, and I even told my sons, like, we're here to be of service. That's our purpose in life, is to serve others, whether that's friends, family, strangers. We're just here to be of service. And as long as you're doing that, you're doing what you're supposed to do. So I appreciate having resources such as yourself, and all your umbrellas there, everything that falls under, because at the end of the day, they're all providing a service to give back, and you're being a blessing to the community. And you also go out and feed the community, as well as provide clothing. I think when I saw it on Facebook, you had people out there, beauticians out there doing hair. You had shower kits, you had blankets, and I was like, oh my God. I mean, you just see the community coming together. And I know you have a community from St. Louis here. You have your St. Louis people, but you also have people that with connections, that you've made here in Texas, and people to show you love. And so I really appreciate the work that you're doing for Tarrant County and Dallas County, because it is much needed.
Yes.
It definitely is. And so, of course, we know that tying into mental health and emotional health that can cause depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, substance abuse, suicide. I'm sure by you having conversations with some of these individuals, they felt like, hey, give it up.
Yeah.
Like, or I turned to drinking, or I turned to whatever, that their demon was, it took over because of their situation.
Yes.
But I'm sure you've seen once they got out of that situation, they became stronger and stronger. But it just takes for someone a resource, being able to say, hey, we're here to help you.
Yes.
Free of charge, because a lot of stuff is not, water's not even free.
So
for it being a free service and you to have several organizations up under that umbrella is amazing. It's a revolving door that people can continue to go through with you and your organization. So thank you so much for Mask Off Panel for being a resource. And we know that people can volunteer. That is definitely a way to give back. Local food banks and shelters always, Mission of Arlington Life Shelter, those are the two of the places that we have made great relationships with, and we go, but it's other smaller organizations as well that need help as well. So we definitely know those resources are there, but we want to expose and be the glue to connect people to the smaller resources that are not on Arlington Life Shelters or Mission of Arlington level, but can still utilize, like MJ's Closet, can utilize clothing. And I love the setup that you have at MJ's Closet. People, I think if you make people feel welcome, and when I saw MJ's Closet, I was like, oh my goodness, you wouldn't think you're going into somebody's needing something. It's like you're going shopping. Yeah. Like, hey girl, you like this? It's just like going to Goodwill. It's a choice if you want to go to Goodwill and buy something. So I love that.
And one reason why I came to that is because I've been through hardships and hard times myself. My daughter and I've had to, go and go to the clothing pantry or go to the food pantry. But one thing about when I went, oftentimes, although the communities or the organizations' intentions are good, sometimes because they're so overwhelmed, they're not able to give that personal attention or that personal care. And it's like, okay, you got 5 minutes in a bag, fill it up. And that was, for me, such a humiliating experience. I knew I needed the help. I knew I needed the assistance. Because I could have called home to get assistance, But sometimes when you're trying to stand on your own and so on and so forth, you have to try to do things on your own. So for me, it was kind of degrading to me, not having to go and get assistance, because we all have a need sometimes. But I guess in the way that it was presented to me was an issue for me. And so I wanted to, when I thought about setting up Sharon's Rose and MJ's Closet, every project that I do somehow relates to my personal experiences in life. And so for MJ's Closet, I wanted to make it different. I wanted them to be able to come in and shop as if they were going to Macy's. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I wanted them to be able to leave and feel good about the experience, about themselves, and leave with a positive attitude. So that's why I chose to set MJ's Closet up like a store.
I love it.
Right now we are set up in a storage facility, but I'm believing by faith God is going to bless us with a retail space. But, I said I'm going to take these storage units and I'm not going to make them feel like they need to come in and dig out of boxes and, stuff that's been thrown over, and so they're able to come and shop and pick out their sizes, pick out their clothes. I have display shelves just like you would if you went into a boutique, because we want to make it a different experience for everyone. It's important for us to give them a different experience. So that's my passion behind MJ's Closet.
I love it.
And, when it comes to the homeless community and organizations partnering together, I decided to do a Dallas Day of Love. It just kind of hit me out of nowhere in my sleep one night, because sometimes when I feel like I'm being stagnant or there's more work to do, I'm like, okay God, what's next? I feel like I'm being stagnant. I should be doing something. And I said, Dallas Day of Love. That's what we're going to do. Because we typically go out to Fort Worth more than
Dallas. Right.
And I said, you know what? It's summertime. We're going to have a barbecue. We're going to put on some music. We're going to have a good time. And we'll be able to provide, health and hygiene packages, things like that. Some people might want their hair washed. So I called some of the baddest beauticians I knew, and I was like, "Look, I need you."
Right, I need you.
And these ladies and gentlemen, some barbers. I had barbers to come, beauticians to come. They came, and Saturday is the busiest day, for barbers and beauticians, and they came out at no charge, and they worked
awesome.
hard.
They worked hard. They were working.
Yes.
And they were fellowshipping. Hard. They wasn't just, they were fellowship.
Right.
And that's what I loved about it, is that they were talking. They would treat them no different than you and I.
Yeah.
And that's what I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about.
Some of everything. We did haircuts, we did twists and locks and, and they enjoyed it so, because they weren't afraid to be touched. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we actually showed them what we loved on them, and shared with them. And, I asked them, hey, this is everything I got today. Did I miss anything? What you need? Tell me what you need. And a lot of times I walk around and I talk to them and I ask them, how'd you get out here? What's your story? What's your situation? And you would be surprised at how many people in our homeless community have 9-to-5 jobs, are full-time students doing the best they can, but sometimes they have to choose, how to spend their money. I went out one time and these good-looking brothers came up to me, wanted something. I'm like, what, you getting this for somebody?
Right.
This is for the community. We're like, well, we are homeless. And I began to ask them their situation. Both of them had very good jobs. But they had made some poor decisions, messed up their driving record, drinking and driving, and then had to deal with astronomical court costs and fees and penalties and stuff like that, to the point where they had to choose between getting their driver's license correct and getting that behind them and having a place to stay. And, I run into a lot of people who are foreigners or immigrants trying to relocate, and they're going through the proper channels to attend the classes to get their citizenships, but there are fees associated with that. And so they're having to choose between having shelter and a place to stay and becoming an American citizen. Right. So you see a lot of cases out there like that.
That's true.
Or you see people who could get a place to stay, but they can't get a copy of their social security card, or they can't get a copy of their birth certificate because they don't have an ID or they don't have 2 sources. So these are things that we go out and we try to ask questions. How can I help you? What do you need? I took a lady in my brand new car. She said, I need a driver's license. All I need is a driver's license. And I said, meet me here. I'll take you to take your test.
Awesome.
And so we do things like that. But if there's so many other smaller organizations like ours, where if we can pull our resources together and reach out to each other, we can become a Mission Arlington. We can become a North Dallas. And so. But we just need to come together,
right?
And pull our resources together so that we can do things for the greater good.
Absolutely. Well, Mr. David has joined us, and
Hi.
This is my good friend David.
This is my friend, best friend, and very good. I'm so proud of her.
And he has an organization called HDNP International. Okay. It's an outreach organization that helps alleviate poverty and hunger in our communities through feeding and educational programs. So, David, tell us a little bit about HDNP, what you do, what your organization is all about. I know personally, but can you share with our panel, our live viewers, what HDNP is all about, and also what you have coming up here in November and December?
Yes. Can I do this live?
Yes.
Okay. Someone help me?
I think I can.
Okay.
You got help?
No, you stay there.
She'll come help you for a second.
Thank you for inviting me today. My name is David Acharya. I live in Fort Worth, and I have a small business, like a frisbee golf business. People play in the park. I have a business since 2005. Beside that, I run the large scale of non-profit, feed the homeless people in DFW Metroplex since 2009. Unofficially, we start 2009. Start from my house, my wife, me, and my daughter, with a piggy bank concept. $1 a day, 3 people, $3 a day, $90 a month, multiply by 12. That's why we start since 2009. And we are growing. Before I start, I was volunteer for homeless shelter been long time, and I see the real thing in the life, and my heart is say, I want to do something for other. That's why I start this non-profit called HDNP International, Help for the Desperate and Needy People, who they are desperate, hungry, nowhere to go, nowhere to live. Our small help will make love to them, happiness to them. That's why we did every 3 months, 300 to 500 homeless people we feed in DFW Metroplex. Every month we collect used clothes and with a 10-mile radius circle, and we giving to the homeless people. Every 3 months we organize blood donation program, and blood go to the blood bank. And our main missions, not only the feeding, not only the blood drive, how we can make homeless people become independent. I saw your speech. So we find out job for them. We find out cheaper apartment, or they are in the street, take a shower, save it. They're gonna be, stand themselves. So far, 15 homeless people we already made independent. So they are our volunteers. So question is, this mission it's growing so big. We help to the homeless kids for the back to the school program. We help stationery for the homeless people, homeless kids, and so many programs we do. But this November 28th, we are going to our 35th feeding program on Thanksgiving meal for the homeless people. There is a 400 to 500 homeless people in downtown Fort Worth, Lancaster Avenue. We cook our own meal over there, and menu is already we set up: chicken curry, pulao rice, pinto bean, salad, and lots of fruit. Chicken curry means there is no bone, boneless chicken curry. My wife always says boneless,
Right.
And we are doing this with 2 other organizations. They are helping, supporting us. One is the Prosperity Bank. Mr. Brett Bell is our good friend of mine, and he will support. And also Bhakta Bibi, one of my good friend. He's in Nepal right now, and he also great supporter. Also DFLC, Dallas Filipino Lions Club. And one other organization is a Lunchbox. It's a non-profit. It's they feed the homeless people in Corsicana, Texas. She is helping us also. And this Thanksgiving meal, this November 28th, December 14, we do the 36th time blood donation program in Arlington. December 24, day before Christmas, we are giving, that is a special day, Christmas Eve morning, we are giving 500 blankets for the homeless people, 250 in Fort Worth downtown, 250 in Dallas. Our mission, we open the Christmas box, Christmas gift from the family. Why we not doing for them? I know it's cost. I know it's not easy. She knows me very well, how hard we work to save money for this mission. And this 24 December program will start 10 o'clock in Lancaster Avenue and 2:30 in downtown Dallas. I want to show you everybody. Let's do. This is our small clip, how they are appreciative with us.
Yes.
That is a cause. That is the message we want to send to the local public people, whoever around here or all over the world, Why is that? Life is very short. You are here today, might not here tomorrow. When you come this earth, you have nothing on your body. When you go, you die, you're not going to take anything. Doesn't matter how rich you are. Doesn't matter how billion, trillion you are. But our small help will make difference. We will make love to them. That love, that happiness is our power.
Absolutely.
That's why we are doing this. Slowly, we are getting big. I need a support. Whoever listening to, this program on the viewer, if you want to more information about my organization, log into www.sdnpinternational.org. You will find out on the social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. If you want to know more about our program, go to the YouTube, type SDNP International. So far, finally, 11,600 homeless people we feed so far.
Wow, that's good.
11,600. I know we are not solving the problem, but we will tell the people, let's do something, right? And more than 600 lives, we save the life for the people who they need a blood. So these types of work we do. We have our offices, 3100 West Arkansas and Arlington, Texas, Suite 106, and we are growing. We need your support, we need your help, we need advice. That is highly appreciated. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Talk here on the viewer. I'm so proud of you to be a friend. I know she runs the nonprofit, and she's an awesome person, good heart.
Yes, she is.
I've been in friend with her almost more than 8 months, I guess.
Okay.
But I'm so happy. Whenever I need any advice, she always with me. Hey, can we do that? That types of friends. She's good. And thank you. Nice spending with you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for help. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And I love the fact I met MJ. She had through a nonprofit networking event. You came and I came and me and my cousin and we exchanged cards, and I love that. I love making connections. I love networking. Absolutely. I met Davey through his wife, Ubering her, and she was like, "You have a nonprofit? I have a nonprofit." And I love networking, and I have found that even though my family is in Arkansas, like your family is in St. Louis, we have built families here.
Absolutely.
We have made connections here. We have support here. And it's feel good to have support from your St. Louis people as well as your Texas people, from me, from our Arkansas people, as well as my people here in Texas that can realize that you have a purpose and you want to help people. Anytime that you want to be a service to someone else, I think people are always willing to help you help someone else.
Absolutely.
And that's why I tell people, help me help you help someone else. And I love that you said we just be a blessing to someone, that way we can, we'll be blessed. We keep pouring out, people keep pouring in. I know David is a busy man. Thank you, David. I appreciate you.
I live in photos and everything is behind. Anyway, sorry. Thank you.
We want to thank you, David. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You have a good one.
I'll call you. Thank you. She's my best friend. If you see me like a 3 o'clock night, something happened, I'll be with her to help.
There you go.
She's good.
Yeah.
But anyway, back.
Thank you so much. He is a character.
I love him.
I love David, yes. But we want to tell people that volunteer. That's a good way. Start volunteering. Donate. You don't. It's not always monetary. Go in your closet.
Donate your
time.
Yes. And there's you got your monetary donations, and then you have your in-kind donations. Go in your closet, clean out your closet. That outfit you've been looking at for 3 years, if you haven't worn it in 3 years, you're not gonna wear it.
You're not gonna let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Yes.
Turn it loose.
Yes.
And I had to do that, because, I was taking in donations and things like that and getting everything packed up. And my husband said to me, when you gonna do your closet? And I said, you on to something there.
Right. You might be right there.
Exactly.
Right.
You're on to something there. And I don't know, in my head, I had this concept. I used to be a lot heavier.
Mm-hmm.
I used to weigh like 460 pounds. So I lost a person and a half, But, I still had those clothes in the closet. I don't know if it was a mental thing of I was still thinking fat or, just in case I backslide.
Right, you have something to slide in.
Yeah, and I was like, but you know what? People in need come in all shapes and sizes.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody has a need. And
Right.
I took those clothes out of my closet, I cleaned it. And that's one thing that people need to know about MJ's Closet. I put a lot of love into it. So when you come get clothes from MJ's Closet, most people say, when they go to the thrift store and stuff like that, you have to take it home and wash it.
Mm-hmm.
Not if you got it from MJ's Closet, because everything we get, we wash, we clean, we iron.
Wow.
Because,
You go above and beyond.
Yeah, we go
Yes.
beyond, above and beyond, and we don't want to, we go through each and every item that we have because we're not going to give you anything with holes in it.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to give you anything that's missing buttons, anything that's stained or need to be cleaned because I wouldn't want it,
Right.
if it was in that type of situation. So, we don't want it to be like that
For other people.
for other people.
Absolutely, especially when they're coming. And like you said, the first thing is getting people. Our ego and our pride is, as humans, when we're suffering, we don't want to let people know. Hey, I need. I'm one putty check away from.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
we don't like that. And if we're needing clothes, we have kids. They grow fast, very fast.
Yes.
And they every 3 weeks, like you need new shoes, you need new pants, you need new this. And so just somebody just be humble enough to say, hey, I need assistance.
Yeah.
And I think that's half of the battle is getting people to, verbalize and seek help, because we can't, we can tell people we're blue in the face of all the resources we have, but if people are not willing and we're not making them feel comfortable enough to come to us and say, hey, I need help. It's like you said, you felt ashamed going through because they're like, okay, you got 5 minutes in the bag, let's go.
Yeah.
But if you're building those personal relationships with people and you're making them feel welcome, then they're going to come to you and say, well, I think I need to wash your and dry too. Not just, you find out the need is greater than just what they're there for.
Absolutely.
And so I love that you do that. That is awesome. And you educate, you raise awareness about homeless in our community. And like you said, we are here to make a change. Absolutely. And I believe a small organization such as ourselves, your organization, David's organization, and other organizations that we're out there, if you have an organization, contact Mask Off Panel so we can put you on as a resource because we all need, our common goal is to come together and figure it out.
Yes.
How we know we're not gonna cure or take away the homeless, but we can put a dent. We can help, and we can like you said, the 307 people that went to the shelter, that's a fraction, but at least there was people that were able to get service. That said, hey, I need to be off the street. And so Mask Off Panel, we wanted to donate some to MJ's Closet. We have been collecting as well. Thank you to Student Government Association at University of North Texas at Dallas, Ms. Teresa Evans and her many organizations and her family and friends in church in Louisville, Texas. We thank Steve Harvey. His people that connected to him, he had some furniture they were able to donate. We were able to bless another family. So we get calls all the time. People say, hey, do you have a resource for me? I need this. And we were able to connect them to other resources. Or people say, hey, I have this. Can you? And we're not going to ever turn anything down. We're going to be able to be a blessing to someone else. And it felt so good to be able to pile my car full and say, I can't take anymore. They're like, okay, well, come back because I got 2 and 3 and 4 more loads for you.
Amazing.
And then we were able to give, but we want to bless and be a giving to MJ's Closet and say, hey, here are some things that people can utilize. We've collected canned goods as well. So we are getting care packages together to go out and give to the homeless. So around the holiday season, we know it's a trying time mentally and emotionally for people. You can't be with your family. That's why you do the stuff for the St. Louis crew. Regardless of finances, work, what have you, it's trying, or you're not connected with your family. It's a lot of situations, or you don't have a place to go. Yes. So. We know it's trying time during the holiday season, so we like to do all that we can at Mask Off Panel to not only be the glue to connect people to the resources, but also be a resource for someone else. And so if anyone's out there in their need in the DFW area, or wherever you are, we will help find you. Because one thing I know that you're good at is you say, hey, I don't know right now, but let me find out and I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
I love that about you.
If I don't know, if I don't have it, give me a minute, I'll find it out.
And I love that, and that's what drew me to you is, you can tell a person's heart, and where talking to you, your passion, and to that, and I kept your card, and everything just circles back around. I was like, oh my goodness. And so with David, I know that he does a lot in the community, and he's been doing it for a while. And I love the fact that even though I'm not on his level, but we can all collectively come together and go up another level. And that's what I think that the importance is of people in organizations and businesses connecting, making those connections with people, networking with people, building those relationships, and we can all rise to the next level together. Instead of being a helping hand and saying, "Come on, girl, come on, let's figure out how to do better." And so I love that.
So this is our busy time of year because we're preparing for our Christmas Day of Love. We do a Dallas Day of Love, which is our summer event, our summer barbecue, and then we do a Christmas Day of Love. It's always on Christmas Day because everybody wants to get a gift. They want to get something on Christmas. So what we'll be doing this year, last year we were able to provide 125 personal hygiene care packages for the homeless community. It consisted of, wash towels, a soap, body wash, shampoo, conditioner, personal hygiene products of that nature. We pass those out along with providing a hot meal. So that's a part of our annual tradition. So we are definitely looking for, we were able to meet a young lady. Well, I call her a young lady because she's kind of sassy, but she's actually 78. And her name is Miss Marie. Last year, Miss Marie made 100 hats for the homeless for us.
Wow, that's a blessing.
And we were able to take these warm knitted hats and pass them out to the community with the care packages that we had and the meals. And so from talking to her the other day, she's made 200
she
hats for the homeless. So our challenge with the community now is give me a pair of gloves for every hat that Miss Ann makes. And she makes these hats. And they're wonderful. They are wonderful. And she makes them because, she asked me, Mary, what do you see when you're out there? And I told her, Miss Ann, that there are babies out there, and there are mothers out there, fathers out there, whole families living in their car. And so she made me hats for the babies. She made hats for the men, hats for the women, So our goal this year is for those 200 hats for the homeless, we want to provide a pair of gloves for every hat that we receive. And we want to provide a hygiene care package for every person that we receive. So our goal is 200 this year.
Y'all heard that, panel? 200. We want to get hygiene kits and gloves. And I think another good idea is hand warmers. Because I went to the NASCAR races and a lady was like, you might want to try these hand warmers because it was very cold. And it changed my life. I was like, oh my goodness, I put a pair of my shoes and my gloves. So I was like, you know what, that would be great for the homeless. And one of my friends suggested that today. She wants to start collecting. So we are challenging our panel, our family, our friends to help someone in need. Whether it's donating to an organization, volunteering, your time, your money, your old clothes, what have you. And if you don't know how to get involved, I'm sure you can ask someone at the church. They have a food bank at most churches. They have something. They know how to connect you to a resource. Contact us at Mask Off Panel. We'll help you in your area get You know, if you have items, we'll come get them. You'll go get them. You and your husband. It's so many people out here and so many resources. Utilize your resources. We want to challenge you to give gloves. Contact Miss MJ. Look her up on Facebook. Tell them how to contact you on Facebook.
You can contact me on Facebook by looking up Pay It Forward Project. So that's PAYIT, the number 4, WARD Projects. Pay It Forward Projects. You can also look me up by my name. I'm on Facebook as M. Tanisha Holly, I believe. I'm still dealing with that name change.
That's Facebook for you.
But you can always find us by going to Pay It Forward Projects. We do have a Facebook page. You can also check us out on payitforwardprojects.org. Our website is not quite up to date right now, but we're working on that. But it's still enough information out there for you to know how to contact us. I'm one of those people, I have no fear of reservation about giving my phone number, so you can reach me at area code 682-412-2542. That's 682-412-2542. We have our Christmas Day of Love, which is on December the 25th.
Okay.
We're also trying something different this year, and we decided to partner with Ronald McDonald House.
Oh.
So on December 21st, we will be providing a Christmas dinner for all the residents and their families at the Ronald McDonald House.
Great.
So you can reach out to us for volunteer opportunities for either one of those events. We're hoping to partner with a local shelter in Arlington, a family shelter in Arlington, to provide Christmas dinner and Christmas gifts for the kids on December 24th.